Every child is born with talent, not potential in a vague sense, but real and concrete abilities waiting to be discovered. Yet most talents remain hidden, not because the child lacks ability, but because adults search for talent in the wrong places. Parents often ask, how can I find my child's hidden talent? The more important question is, how can I stop blocking it? Modern psychology, neuroscience, and decades of child development research reveal an uncomfortable truth. Children do not reveal their true abilities under pressure, comparison, or fear. They reveal them only in safety, freedom, and curiosity. One of the most powerful discoveries in developmental psychology did not come from exams or intelligence tests. It came from long-term observation. When researchers stopped instructing children and simply watched them play freely, a clear pattern emerged. Children repeatedly returned to the same activities, not because they were told to, but because their minds were naturally drawn to them. This is called intrinsic motivation. When a child is naturally talented at something, their brain releases motivation chemicals without external rewards. The child does not wait for praise. They return to the activity again and again, even after failure. This explains why forced routines often destroy talent. A child forced to practice piano may grow to hate music, while another child left alone may spend hours tapping rhythms on a table. The table-tapping child is not wasting time. The child is rehearsing. In one famous experiment, children were placed in a room filled with different materials such as blocks, puzzles, numbers, paints, mechanical toys, musical sounds, and story cards. They were given no instructions and no rewards. Adults simply observed. The results were astonishing. Some children tried to build taller and more stable structures. Others focused on balance and symmetry. Some created stories using objects. Others took toys apart to understand how they work. These choices were not random. Brain imaging later showed stronger neural activity in regions related to those chosen behaviors. In simple terms, the brain was already specialized. Talent does not suddenly appear in adulthood. It leaves clues throughout childhood. One of the biggest mistakes guardians make is confusing obedience with intelligence. A quiet child who follows rules is often praised, while a curious child who questions everything is labeled difficult. Yet history shows that many thinkers, innovators, and creators were once considered problematic children. Questioning is not disobedience. It is evidence of a thinking mind. Another powerful way to recognize hidden talent is by observing how a child responds to failure. This may sound strange, but failure reveals more than success. When children fail at something they do not care about, they quit quickly. When they fail at something aligned with their natural ability, they persist, adjust strategies, and try again. Persistence without pressure is a strong signal of talent. There is another critical idea parents must understand. Talent is context-dependent. A child who seems average in school may show extraordinary ability outside the classroom. Schools often measure speed, memorization, and conformity, not depth, creativity, emotional intelligence, or originality. Some children think slowly but deeply. Others think quickly but superficially. Standard systems reward only one type, while many other forms of intelligence remain invisible. Psychological studies confirm that constant comparison damages exploration. When children are compared with siblings or classmates, their brain shifts from learning mode to survival mode. Creativity shuts down. Curiosity retreats. Talent hides. This is why comparing children is one of the fastest ways to silence their true abilities. To discover hidden talent, parents must become observers rather than controllers. Watch your child when no one is watching. Notice what they do when no reward is offered. See what excites them, rather than what drains them. Another powerful indicator is how a child explains ideas. Some children explain through stories, some through logic, some through drawings, and others through physical movement. This reflects their dominant cognitive pathway. Research confirms that children possess different intelligence channels such as linguistic, spatial, logical, physical, emotional, and social intelligence. Yet most systems value only one. Guardians who rotate experiences instead of forcing careers allow talents to surface naturally. Expose children to music, tools, books, nature, conversations, silence, and real problems. Then step back. Avoid labeling talent too early. Early labels create pressure, and pressure narrows identity. Talent grows best in open and forgiving environments. One long-term study followed children for more than 2 decades. The strongest predictor of success was not IQ, grades, or early achievements. It was emotional safety at home. Children who felt safe to fail explored more paths and eventually discovered the one that suited them. In simple terms, a child who is not afraid of disappointing you will show you who they truly are. Hidden talent is not hidden from the child. It is hidden from adults who are too busy shaping instead of seeing. When guardians slow down, observe patiently, listen deeply, and trust the child's natural rhythm, talent does not need to be forced into existence. It reveals itself. Because every child is already speaking their language of genius, we only need to stop interrupting